This story doesn't start with violence. It starts with a conversation. In the late 1990s, a man named Robert Hendy-Freegard approached people in public places, bars, restaurants, college campuses. He was polite, soft-spoken, ordinary. No badge, no paperwork, just confidence. What followed wasn't a robbery. It wasn't blackmail. It was conditioning. Freegard told his targets they were under surveillance by the Irish Republican Army, that their lives were in danger, that the threat was real, but invisible. He said the government couldn't protect them openly. Everything had to be secret. Phones were unsafe. Family members might be compromised. Authorities couldn't be trusted. Isolation didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly. First, fewer phone calls. Then missed holidays. Then total silence. Victims were instructed to quit their jobs and move frequently. They were told instability was proof the system was working. Money was collected. Not as theft, but as operational necessity. They weren't being robbed. They believed they were serving their country. For years, some victims lived like fugitives, sleeping in cars, changing names, obeying orders. And still, no evidence ever appeared. No surveillance teams. No safe houses. No official contact. Just one man. Investigators later realized something disturbing. Freegard never physically restrained anyone. There were no locked doors, which meant, legally, no obvious crime. Police were contacted. Families pleaded for help. But adults making their own choices, even catastrophic ones, are hard to legally rescue. By the time authorities pieced the pattern together, the damage was permanent. Lives dismantled. Careers erased. Families fractured beyond repair. In 2005, Freegard was finally convicted for kidnapping by deception. But the case raised an uncomfortable question. How do you prosecute a crime when the weapon is belief? Years later, parts of his conviction were overturned. Robert Hendy-Freegard was released. And then, in 2022, he surfaced again in France, fleeing police. Olagey, running over 2 officers during his escape. The patent didn't end. It evolved. This case isn't about intelligence agencies. It's about how easily authority can be manufactured, how fear can replace evidence, and how control doesn't require force when someone volunteers their freedom, because the most effective prisons are the ones built inside the mind.